spaceships to Davenport, prepare for you of anarchy, and interface with the couch. I'll just leave it in. We're just gonna leave it in. That was gross. Welcome to Space Couch. It's one of, I think, the second in studio Space Couch I've ever done. We're gonna do a shout out to our advertisers a little bit differently today, starting with what I'm going to call the Tremendous 10 from our sponsor, Ligerhawk Records. Here is the Tremendous 10 releases from Ligerhawk this week. And of course, brought to you by Super 7.
Now for Vampire Mermaid. Vampire Mermaid.
And yeah, check out those cool action figures. I definitely just pre-ordered their new Creature from the Black Lagoon. Not to be totally predictable, but like, it looks so good. But that's all pre-ordered. That's going to be coming in the mail. Now, here's something I'm really excited about. Friend of the show, a fan favorite, always happy to have him by. And I've got some now personal experience in this concoction, and he's now a label mate, so like all sorts of stuff going on. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my buddy and yours, GrimReaper4Hire.
Yes.
Yeah. What's going on, Aaron?
What's up, man?
Welcome to Space Couch. Thanks for driving all the way over to space / Knoxville.
It was pretty cool. Turbulence gets a little gnarly.
Yeah, when you break the gravitational pull of the Earth, it gets a little wild.
Unless you're like Superman or Magneto, then
and you can just be in space.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'm just gonna pull all this shit together, make a base.
Right. Well, if you're Superman and we really screw this up, you can just fly backwards and rewind Earth, because that'll apparently rewind time as well.
Oh, yeah.
Earth spins backwards.
Yeah, I do recall a grief-stricken Kal-El just fucking, just going for it. And,
I know how to turn back time. If I could that song should have been playing. Like, if I could turn back time.
And they've yet to do it in the new ones because they don't have the balls to do it.
Oh my gosh, we've already gone out on such a tangent. Well, so let's at least do a flyby in this flying couch over the big news. You have been working on this single, Act Swiftly, parentheses Soul Stealer. This idea has been rolling around in your skull for a while.
An embarrassing long time. If I had to date it, I think it was April of 2024. And it kind of was spawned from when you're just by yourself jamming in the car, and you just you either sing the lyrics terribly, like it could be a song that you love, and you sing it like in a weird voice or whatever else, and then all of a sudden I was like, there's something here.
Yeah. Well, for the uninitiated, our guest does this brutally hilarious show called The Grim Life of Hack and Slash, and we can do a little bit of way to speed it up. Encapsulate what you create. So real quick, what's the elevator pitch for Grim Life of Packing Slash for just the people that don't know?
Oh man, totally don't have anything rehearsed. The Grim Life of Hack and Slash is a horror comedy that is based around reapers and ghouls trying to take souls, pay the bills, and keep the boss happy.
That's tight. That is tight, man. You got that one down.
Right? I thought I'd be inspired and try a new look and roll on out there with a pristine white Reaper, kind of like the Nazgul when they put on the ring, that type of thing. Not so much like Death from the Four Horsemen, because he's just a jerk, and I don't want to be lumped in with him. But
with your show, you put together a parody of Taylor Swift's Anti-Hero, music by Gasoline and Vertebrate. I had to throw my stupid voice in there, so I appear I'm a cameo in the song, but then you recreated Earth 2 Gasoline for the video. I'm getting ahead of myself. So we've got the song, but it's Aaron, so of course we got to do 9 layers on top of it, right?
Yeah,
so you put together the funniest video. I might be biased because I filmed parts of it, but you put together a video. We'll cut in a clip here.
We have this thing down in the underworld that we belong to, Reaper's Academy of Hades. And I always work the graveyard shift, all of the people, turn them to ashes in the room. I should not be left here unattended, souls will be rendered, expended, I'm overextended. Time is so unkind.
And it's an amazing video, and the single's out now on Lagerhawk Records, so welcome to the label.
Fuck yeah.
Label mate. Okay, so this video, the house, I guess you could say house you see in this video is here in Knoxville.
Yeah, dude. It's funny we joke about Earth 2 and all these alternate dimensions and everything, but legit, so when I went location scouting initially, before I hit you up, I was like, I could go to this one castle, and I guess people love this thing. Sorry, by the way, totally not the location we filmed at. But what I'm saying is I'm prefacing this with one potential location was past 10 roofs and murder shacks and just in the boons, and every other place around it was just a mosquito's wet dream. It was all of these vats of liquor. It was fucking disgusting.
Because it's this Grim Reaper character, so you wanted this sort of hellish kind of mausoleum-y kind of vibe.
But I would say that he was even so gnarly, so much so that even Slash didn't want to be part of that.
Right. I mean,
he came to visit and he's like, I have a penchant for putrid things. This is a little bit much.
Slash is the toxified other half of the show. Who I got to meet finally. That was cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah. But with that in mind, we kind of looked for a more polished aesthetic, and there was an Airbnb. It's called Williamswood Castle, and it is fucking incredible.
It was crazy. Aaron finds this Airbnb of just this place in South Knoxville, which is across the street, and we're driving there, and there's this kind of antechamber, not a part of the pun, and we're like, is that it? And then no, I didn't keep going. And I forget what you said, but you're like, what in the little Bo Peep is this shit? There's this castle out of nowhere, and you're like, what just happened?
Out of nowhere, it's legit, like the movie opening. You would see a wrought iron gate that can swing open. It goes up the hill, and you see this giant castle structure, and it is bad as hell. It definitely blew all my expectations out of the water.
But it's at the same time, it's not legit. It's not this castle was founded in the year blah 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 by the Knoxville. It's just some dude gathered cheap kind of knickknacks that
everything. He was just there's a suit of armor mine. There's a one-off Bastille. You'll see it in the video, or you already might have spotted it. But there's a half-cylinder Bastille that
Right.
you can chain people up in like a dungeon.
But it's like very House on the Rock, like in terms of just a collection of weird, like on the wall was a plastic suit of armor my brother had as a kid, like that kind of aesthetic. Like it's just it's like an impression of what a medieval castle would be. So it's like crazy,
Oh,
but
dude.
it's like it's a giant at the same time. So like you'll see it in the video. Watch the whole thing on YouTube now, or at put in our guest's now band name, I guess, GrimReaper4Hire on Facebook and all that. So we had a great time filming, just discovering like every room, like what the hell is this?
Oh, dude, like it is legit one of the coolest things. So if you're ever in Knoxville and you swing by there, like I said, Williamswood Castle is bad as fuck.
Yeah.
And I think the through line, that the gift that keeps on giving, because I don't know how many times I actually apologize for the sake of I am sorry for subjecting you to Taylor Swift.
Oh, well.
But we got to a point where I was crying laughing when I'm driving around because I was like, the gift that keeps on giving here is in the world of hashtags and algorithms, people are naturally going to get steered toward it, and they're going to think, our queen has released something new. And then as soon as they see Hack, the steely jawed bastard, they're going to be like, what the fuck?
What the yes. I in my special private fantasies, the most popular song "Gasoline and Vertebrates" ever done is a parody of Taylor Swift.
Yes.
So check that out. But of course, your audio does not merely consist of Taylor Swift parodies. Some of your finest offerings to date are the Wicked Stories, which are sort of like we went over it last time, but just for like sort of encapsulated poetry in a way, but it's sort of mini stories that are just Lovecraftian in their brevity, but like powerful in delivery. I don't know, how would you describe it?
No, definitely that hits it pretty solid. So to counterbalance our show, we have a horror comedy. And this one is all horror, like, all gas, no brakes. Space first dive into the underworld. It's spoken word poetry set to bombastic music. It is narrated by a creature that is so terrifying that even the other Reapers just stay the fuck away from
The
it.
other characters on your show.
Yeah, so the characters, the Reapers are actually even like really, like thrown off by Bet Noir. Bet Noir is your narrator, and that dude, he's fucking insane to
We'll
listen
cut
to.
in some Wicked Stories here. I raised my hand so I can go back over and find it. So,
An arduous path through the unknown, but this is merely the start. The darkest fog brings feelings of dread, unshakable and grim.
what's coming down the head on a pike for Wicked Stories land?
So Wicked Stories, I revisited an instrumental that I originally had just to kick the show off that was called Bathory's Curse, and right in time for the Halloween season. But initially it didn't have lyrics, and now it does. So there's a Wicked Stories dubbed Bathory's Curse. I've already kind of loosely been stringing together Volume 2. But there's going to be official releases for Volume 2. Cool. Like the Volume 2 intro is called Fallacy, and it dabbles in the idea that maybe the Greek myths that you were raised on were wrong.
Okay.
Like these heroes did not succeed. Like they were ripped to shreds.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I don't want to spoil too much, but it follows like 4 heroes and their demise, But in the true game of advertising and folklore, everybody thinks they succeeded. Fuck yeah, the gods are amazing. Of course they succeeded. They're on a path driven by the gods. But Fallacy is coming out in November, and then there's also another Wicked Stories that comes out in December.
So we could sign up on your Patreon for that?
Yeah, Patreon is definitely like where it's at. I know every other thing is a subscription, but I do my damnedest just to be like, hey man, here's the Google Drive. No bullshit, no fillers.
It's a very, very
no
clean
ads.
Patreon.
Yeah, it's just, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
I mean, clean in terms of like, straightforward delivery, not like content-wise, unless, I don't know, you're into severed heads. Should we do the Grim Golf, or is that still secret?
I could shoot my mouth off about it. When I plan things for Grim, I'm nothing if not obsessive. And sidebar, you and I had met in 2015.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Was that long ago? Wow.
Yeah, it's been a while. But I think, there's a cool aspect to the show is ever evolving. It's always changing. You've been privy to that with the Sonic, escapes and everything else. But all of that, I was trying to think of a way of how do I incorporate characters? How do I create a cool experience?
Okay.
How do I create a gathering space? How do I feature on music? How do I do wicked stories? And how do we put those all underneath one umbrella, or in this case, brick and mortar establishment? So I'm fighting like hell to figure out where the funding's going to come from. So if anybody's got a Scrooge McDuckie involved
flying around
that you don't mind cracking open,
yeah.
What I am gearing toward is a horror and Halloween themed indoor miniature golf course that we would call Grim Golf.
Isn't that cool? I would hang out at Grim Golf every night. So if you're an angel investor and you like investing in cool stuff, maybe contact our guest. All right. So let's get into it. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. It is time for, I think, maybe the first ever in-person radiation round since we moved to Knoxville. Okay. As the resident OG, what is the best place to eat in Maryville/Knoxville?
Oh, man. That's really hard to narrow down because
you don't have to nail it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really bad about that, man.
Okay, well, if you don't need out, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. Question 2. You are, in theory, the other golfsicle right now. I say in theory. We did play one show in Geekwinox. That was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And you were supposed to play 3 others, but they keep getting shut down. So, in hypothetical world, where would you like to play as the Godsicles?
I'm going to be very tongue-in-cheek. I want to go to fucking Transylvania.
Hell yeah. That'd be so good.
Like, if there was something adjacent to Castle Bran,
okay.
or something in the surrounding
I
area.
love that. Because I felt bad about that question, because I thought I was just teeing you up for Astronauticon, but Transylvania is such a better answer. Like, oh, yeah. I would do Romania is essentially what it is, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I mean, it's just actually playing the Bram Stoker castle. I'm assuming there is an actual castle.
Oh, dude, and I guarantee there's people out there that are just like, fuck yeah.
If we open with a vampire squid, then the rest of the show is golden. All right, sick. Perfect answer. And, okay, I skipped a question, but I will sort of melt these two because the last question of radiation round melds in with the question that I accidentally skipped. So I'll sort of do that right now. For the listener, and maybe you have some insight as to why, for some reason, Knoxville and sort of the surrounding Tri-City, Tennessee area have a bonkers amount of horror conventions.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I've never gone, and they're great. I've just never gone to more horror conventions in my life. There's one every weekend, it seems like. So I know you table a lot at them to push the show we've been talking about here. And so I would, what is your just general experience with the various cons here in Knoxville?
I mean, any chance I get to shoot my mouth off about the show, I'm down. And it's just such a cool counterbalance, because I can talk shop when it comes to comedy aspects, Hack Swiftly and all that.
Right.
But then it's also, I think, perfectly balanced with Wicked Stories, which is bad as hell.
Right.
I sell Scully candles that crater down as they burn and stuff that glows.
Oh, I've got some right there. They're so good.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. And I mean, it's been mostly positive across the board. I'd just like to see a little more, just people supporting original art versus opting in for the bullshit that you can find online.
Yeah, right.
Or whatever. Like, i.e., as much as I love horror, I don't go to a convention to go, I need to get a Chucky pop. That's not the thing. And and if that's your bag, then cool. But it really feels like it detracts from like really good conversations and camaraderie and people actually giving a shit about original art versus, again, almost anything that you can get at any season at any time.
Right.
Versus having a more unique and engaging and creative and collaborative conversation.
Like, why are you paying $20 to get in to buy a Jason pop that you're not saving any money on? In fact, you're probably slightly spending a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so that's a great call. But like, it's the whole experience, like little ones, like big ones, like just walking around like, oh, there's Corey Feldman just like chilling. That was wild.
There's a big ass oak tree. That's Kane Hodder.
Yeah.
That's Jason. Okay. Holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when your mayor is Kane, of WWE fame, maybe that just brings in CreepyCon, FrankenCon, what was the one in
Smoky Mountain
Terror? That was a good one. We can compare horror circuses that we've gone to. Like, I don't know, there's just some weird, like, dark nexus in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I love it.
Dude, I'm for it because originally I was so crestfallen, like, for all the time I've been doing Grim, the gift and the curse of the show is that I was active duty Navy. A shitload of people were involved.
Veteran, everybody.
So, and everybody was just spread out. They're slung to the corners. Now, the cool side of that is I can literally say the show's international. We got footage from Italy. We got stuff in Japan. Cool. We got stuff in Hong Kong. Fuck yeah. But the other side of that was like looking online and being like, I really hope I can go to a horror convention. Fuck. It's in Missouri, and it's like at the ass end of the year, and I'm not going to be able to make it. Or it's, like all of these cons were so far flung, and then little by little just started, visiting family in Knoxville again and started seeing them. They're like, oh, you should go to CreepyCon. That's totally your bag. And that was like 6 years ago. And I'm either a vendor there or just an avid guest, like every single year.
And it's across the street from where I live.
Right?
Like, I accidentally moved into the coolest part. Yeah, CreepyCon's a good one because there's shows and stuff. It's not just like a mall you pay money to get into.
Right.
To go smash cut back to Radiation Round, you table at a lot of these. So final question in Radiation Round. What makes a good horror convention from a vendor perspective to you?
I think a good horror convention is just literally there's a couple people running cons right now that have it airtight. Yeah. And what I'm getting at is their load-in process, their load-out process, a.k.a. giving a shit 101.
Logistics.
But yeah, they crush. Okay. They're literally we have times, we have slates, we're going to work with you. Okay. You communicate with us, we'll do that with you. If we can get you in an earlier slot, we will. If people don't show, but you're ready to roll, fuck yeah, all across the board, because there's a lot of cons you show up to. You already paid for a fee, but then you show up and you feel like a burden because there's somebody that's overclocked at the registration table. It's just flipping through shit, and they're like, "Wait, who are you again?" And they hand you shit, and you're lucky if they even fucking point where you're supposed to go. So you're just wandering around this fucking blows, man.
That's okay. So there's let's say a range of professionalism.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's a lot of cons, not so much on the horror side, but there's a lot of cons lately that have been doing people dirty to where...
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, they go, well, you're going to be in this, hallway, and unbeknownst to them, there's no foot traffic that goes to that hallway. There are stairwells and ladder wells that are blocked off, or it's just a passerby point. Nobody gives a shit because you're right near the exit doors.
Right.
But people paid money to be there, and the cons not being like forthright about it. You know,
I mean, anybody that goes to cons, I'm sure, has had the experience of like you're trying to find the bathroom, or like you get lost or something, and then you accidentally find a vendor, and you're like, Jesus, they put you in the sticks, man.
and you feel really, really bad because it's super niche. Like they just might be selling like one-off Hello Kitty buttons and keychains and stuff, but then you just have this really awkward interaction because you're just like, like you said, to your point, I didn't even know you were gonna be here. I was like looking for the water fountain.
Are you part of the same event? I mean, I'm assuming because you're selling those like melted plastic peg magnets in the shape of Mike Myers or whatever. But wow. Oh no, we went. Okay. Phew. So a meteor must have passed by.
Space distortion.
Space distortion. Yes, I think we opened for them in 2005. So from the top of the radiation round, that is pass, Transylvania, and logistics/professionalism. So now it's time for everybody's second favorite hypothetical spectacle. I know we've done the Grim video game in the past, but I know you're in well versed in Overwatch specifically. So if Hack was the character in Overwatch, what would that look like?
That one's tough because they already have one.
Oh, do they? Okay.
He's called Reaper, but no, you're not wrong in that assumption. I would say since even though they already have Reaper, like Hack could be like his competition.
Oh, okay.
And like Reaper can like teleport and smoke, and he's got shotguns, and he's such an edgelord that he doesn't even reload. Like he just throws his fucking guns out like trash, and then pulls new guns.
Okay.
But he's a shotgun character with like a quick punchy melee. But I can see Hack actually being like your quintessential Reaper with the sight and could slash open like portals. Oh, hack and slash.
So he's like the parody of the edgelord.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the show anyway, I think.
Yeah.
Or at least a high degree of here's this, death personified, but you're cracking up.
So I could see him being like a chaotic type character that could like literally cut holes in the fabric of space and time, to come through and attack.
Could you work in the kite or the drone?
You
got some great drone footage of the other.
Hell yeah, man! I need to get back to that too. That's hopefully in the not so distant future. There's gonna be some drone footage for the Reaper Sports Network. Because on that network they're a cut above the rest.
Oh. So you our guest today. I was impressed by your I shall say Batman-esque array of gadgets that when we were doing the Hack Swiftly Soul Stealer video, you had tracks and a little drone, like almost like a Shadowrun drone, like on the wheels, and what you put on. And I don't know. We got some really cool shots out.
I like guerrilla photography, and I like to pride myself in being one hell of an editor, or so I think.
Yes.
No, sprain your arm, pat yourself on the back there.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, it usually works out the best of all worlds, to where it's like I want people to have fun on the shoot.
Right.
I don't want to waste a bunch of time, and I also don't want a crew of like 40 people, and having to set up the donut table and the crafties and all that.
Right.
And then every other person is just like, so when do we get done with the self-aggrandized shit show for a Taylor Swift parody and a weird guy in a Halloween mask?
We got a sleep token video out of it too.
I did. I actually filmed 3 things there that day, so incrementally I'm kind of putting them out. But there is a Sleep Token fan style video out there.
Awesome. It's good stuff. Our guest today does not sleep, even though we are in the endless cosmic black, a cosmic night. Our guest just never stops. Speaking of which, we usually end on this, which is what's next, but we kind of touched on it, but I'm sure you have some projects that we might not even have.
Oh, man. I recently had relaunched a small miniseries that we had called Creepy Cookin'.
Oh, okay.
And that features a minor character from Grim Life, but that is a ton of fun.
Okay.
Wicked Stories is a rolling project, so you can look forward to pretty much at least for November, December. There's one for each month there, plus the one I've mentioned for Halloween, Bathory's Curse. There is definitely more footage. There's again, like I said, some drone footage. I got to tweak and peek and kind of get that going. But I definitely want to ratchet up some footage for the Reaper Sports Network.
Very cool.
And yeah, man, there's a lot going. If you ever saw my planning binder for Grim, it's literally a 5-inch binder. It's absurd.
A lot.
And then it becomes something you get obsessed with. And if
are you doing the audio for those Wicked Stories, like the music on it?
So it's about a 50-50.
Okay.
So part of it is collaboration, and that's Zugon Rock throwing it down and just doing fucking incredible, bombastic. Like all of Volume 1, short of the intro, was all Zug. But as far as writing and the vocal delivery, that's me.
Okay,
so
cool.
In the truest sense, it's pretty clean, 50-50. But there are some out there that I've dabbled in that I'm actually pretty proud of. Most prominent is if you check out the Bone Witch of the Swamp.
Check out the Bone Witch of the Swamp.
That was all me.
Deep within the hinterlands, past the Devil's Marsh, there is a figure that glides through swamps and decay. A bitter, acrid, noxious mirth of fog draws near.
All me, and I'm pretty happy about it.
All right, we will do that. So we got a little bit of homework today. Okay, awesome. So, and you also play Hack. Just I don't know if we put that out. The show is yours, and you do not all, but most of the characters is needed.
Yeah, vast majority.
Okay.
So I do have near dear friends that absolutely crush it, but they're literally halfway across the world. So there's times where I don that helm and try to do it true justice, which leads to weird amounts of fuckery. Because there are times where I hit up my buddy and I say, "Hey man, not for nothing, but I really want to film a slash right now. So if I do a little green screen fuckery, is that cool? Because I think I do the voice pretty well, or at least his take on it." And he goes, "Dude, it's your show.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to ask me to play him." And I'm like, I don't want to besmirch a legacy. You're fucking awesome. But yeah, I'll play multiple characters, so you'll get Hack that's like, "I'm telling you that this is an exceedingly bad idea." And it's actually like, "Well, it doesn't matter because we need to have souls on the books." So you get a pretty killer tete-a-tete there.
And we've gone. You've introduced a new character-ish. We did that one con last year as like nautical heroes. I went as Aquaman, and you did that Pirate Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
And you've since brought out Not So Stealth Pool, and I think there was at CreepyCon, just watching you like little kids come up to you and like hug you as Deadpool was like the best. It was so good.
Oh, dude, as if I don't have enough projects going on. I just got to a point where I was like, okay, I want to be a cool version of Deadpool that's not jumping in your face and fucking irritating you, and one that could do deep cuts to old lore and comic books, and like he's even grafted into the first episode, Night of the Sentinels from X-Men. Might be dating myself with that reference, but as Hack says, better to be dating yourself than living alone. But yeah, Not So Stealth Pool is definitely he's a charmer.
I'm just here to tell you, Peanut, that everything is going to work out just fine. Just fine. Unless you have OCD.
And who knows, he might cross over into Grim.
Oh, okay. Well, it's comic books, so crossover is their bread and butter. Check out Not So Stealth Pool on Instagram. And okay, so and the bearded dragon that appeared in that one, that was an actual bearded dragon. That wasn't you.
That's my dear beardy buddy. His name is Oryx. Oryx.
We'll cut in some of that here just because I like that one.
Yeah, so like basically I'm at a point where I don't know if I should just, tell everybody else about all of the weird noises that you hear from behind the wall. I mean, what do you do? Is there a way to even file a noise complaint in the underworld? I mean, I didn't want to be that ghoul.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so what did we learn? The big news: the long-awaited Hatch Swiftly video is out now. Put in GrimReaper4Hire on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you type that sort of thing in. Or you can find the link at ligerhawkrecords.bandcamp.com because Aaron's on the team now. We had a lot of fun filming that video. Wicked Stories is going to be a banger coming up. Check that out. Lots of cons in Knoxville. They're all fun for me. Some less fun from the vendor perspective. Check us out, the Gothicals at Transylvania. We're going to book that. That would be a fun. If he was to be like the foil of that one character in Overwatch, he would be the anti-Reaper.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. So.
Which is, oh, no. Time is fooling on itself. We reference their own references, which reference other references. Oh, I think before we collapse the space-time continuum, we should pull out of this episode. Maybe check out that room golf, and we'll see what's going on. If you are at a horror convention in the near future, our guest will probably be there walking around. You got to recently take pictures with the voice of Wolverine. That was cool.
Oh yeah, dude. Like he was amazing. So as a quick aside, I made the joke as Not So Stealth Fool that I got to be Rogue and I got to be Nightcrawler, but we couldn't find Beast.
Okay.
You know? And he goes, well, maybe he got stopped at the door because he's not deemed a service animal and people have allergies.
That's what from the X-Men character.
Yeah. So fast forward, I go to Dragon Con, I see Cal Dodd, a.k.a. Wolverine, and Beast is there.
Okay.
So I told that to Cal, and he lost his shit.
That's amazing.
And in the Wolverine voice, he goes, that's pretty good, bub.
Okay, that's it out. This is Brian for Space Couch, for GrimReaper4Hire, for GrimReaper4Hire, Grimlife Hack is actually in Gold Spaceship. Space Couch.